Texas, our Texas, a magical place, a place of land and legend, a place like no other. People come here to touch it, to feel the passion, to soak it in and be a part of it. Texas, our Texas.
Let's ride. Yeah! Well, howdy neighbors. I'm Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller, and welcome to Texas, our Texas. Now this week we have a special lineup of stories for you, and they all have to do with cooking and Texas food, from utensils, spices, to sweets, and my favorite, meat. And here's another thing. Everyone featured this week is part of the Department of Agriculture's GO TEXAN program, and they're all Go Texan proud. One thing about Louisiana Cajuns, they're just born to cook, and Billy Howe is no exception. It was that one day about 30 years ago when Billy stood in his garage with nothing more than a propane burner and a battered old pot. Then he deep fried a turkey for a few friends. And that was the day Billy took the humble bird of Thanksgiving and gave it a Cajun twist. And it's the day when his friends suggested he start selling his deep fried turkeys to anyone that wanted to buy one.
No way. Hell yeah, you know what? I like to cook. I've always wanted to have a restaurant. Why not? We should do that. So we had another beer, and the more we drank, it just started sounding better and better, you know? Well, my friend Paul was in commercial real estate, and I was in the apparel industry, so neither one of us knew anything about the food industry, but we thought we were going to conquer it, you know? Let's just make up a name. Spicy Cajun Turkey Company. Let's put an ad in the Dallas Morning News. You fry the turkeys at home in your garage in the backyard, and they can pick them up at my office, or they can come by your house. How's that? And I went, all right, I'll do that. And the phone started ringing off the hook, and we kept the ads going in the Dallas Morning News, and I ended up cooking about 600 turkeys in my garage that year.
Then 600 turkeys became 1,000, and Billy knew he was on to something. A few years later, he was the biggest selling Thanksgiving food in some of the highest profile culinary stores. And now, after 31 years, his client list is bigger than the populations of a lot of Texas towns. And his not-so-little store has more than a few frozen turkeys ready to ship.
20,000. Well, I've got 20,000, but a lot of them are already spoken for, because there is going to be a turkey shortage this year. We've shipped nationwide to every state in the union. We have about 45,000 customers in our database over the years, and that's the #1 selling turkey in Neiman's catalog. So, and then the same thing with Williams-Sonoma. We deal with Williams-Sonoma, and they were a little shy about bringing in Cajun food because they're based in California, and of course, it does really, really well with them.
Billy didn't invent fried turkey, but what he did was lace it up with heritage and heat, patience and pepper, and his own personal grit. His Cajun spice blend, a closely guarded secret of Bayou fire and Southern charm, did more than season the meat. It told stories of Bayou kindness and celebration.
The beauty of a fried turkey is we inject it with our recipe. So it's orange juice and margarine, Cajun seasonings. And then when we inject that, and then we cover the outside with Mr. Billy's Bayou blend, which is our dry version of Go Juice. We deep fry it in the peanut oil, and when it hits the oil, it seals everything into it that we pumped into it. Then the cherry on top is, after it comes off the line, we wrap it in foil. So it becomes very, very customer friendly for the consumer at home.
And rest assured, Billy's turkeys aren't lonely on the table. He's got dozens of extras to make your Thanksgiving table a pure Cajun delight.
Everything that you see here, we sell. This is delicious. We can do either crawfish mac and cheese, we do lobster mac and cheese, and then we do traditional side dishes for people on a traditional Thanksgiving. But sitting in front of you is one of my favorite things. That's crawfish cornbread, and then we top it with crawfish etouffee. So that works really, really well back for a Cajun meal.
Billy's also a brand new GO TEXAN member. He may be from the state next door, but his cooking, well, it's all done right here in the Lone Star State.
What I love about that is, I think it's going to open the doors for a lot of people, because they think of, people, I'm from Louisiana, I'm proud to be from Louisiana, but man, Texans, it's like the sign says, don't mess with Texas, So those people are all about Texas, and I think that they seek things out that are GO TEXAN, and I'm very grateful because coincidentally, the facility that co-packs...
Billy Howell, he doesn't just fry turkeys, he sells his dream. A dream dipped in Cajun spice and delivered all across the nation.
I'm a giver, and I've been blessed. I can't tell you how many customers come to me now and say, Billy, you know what? It would not be Thanksgiving without your turkey. I am Billy Howell with the Cajun Turkey Company, and I am GO TEXAN proud.
Now coming up, it's time for dessert with some homemade cakes and pies. Hey, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. So, what do you do if you have all your grandmother's old-time cake and pie recipes? Well, if you're Audrey Barnes, you start a business. There's no storefront, not yet anyway, no glowing neon sign, no smell drifting down the main street, and still, Nana Dot's Southern Sweets is known simply by the taste and the loved bake into every cake and pie.
Nana Dot's Southern Sweets is an online bakery that was started as a result of my grandmother passing down her recipes to me. And so that's what it started off as. It was me inside of my home kitchen.
Audrey Barnes knew that her grandmother, Nana Dot's handwritten instructions would be the recipe for success. Today, she delivers her cakes and pies all across North Texas. And when asked if she had ever envisioned what her business has become, well, let's just say she never doubted herself.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. That's one of the things I was able to see what this could be. And so I'm the type of person, I don't ever start anything unless it's going to be big.
That positive attitude has become a mission. Audrey believes that good food comes from a good outlook, and it's something she insists on from her employees.
Inside this kitchen, everyone knows we bake with a spirit of love, because people don't know that actually comes out in your food.
It's a story of 3 generations. Nana Dot, Audrey's grandmother, and Audrey's mother, Audrey. The funny thing is, Audrey didn't get the baking urge until her daughter fired up the ovens. And then it was daughter teaching mother.
It was the other way around. My mother, Nana Dot, has these amazing recipes. But I wasn't thinking about recipes when Mama was in the kitchen and trying to get us to learn. I was too busy doing other things. So my kids, the next generation, thought, Nana's stuff is so good, we gotta let the world taste how wonderful her recipes are. And here we are.
And there's more family here too. Audrey's brother, Akeem, makes the deliveries and runs the kitchen.
I love it. I love what I do. I'm very grateful for my grandmother's recipes.
The truth is, everyone here is treated like family. Daily business meetings allow the cooks to grow personally and professionally, and Audrey never sees an employee with a dream as competition.
So that's just naturally who I am, a natural teacher, encourager, motivator. And so when it comes to Nana Dot's, we say on our job description, no experience necessary, right? So we're willing, as long as you have the right heart, the right mind, the right drive, you can come and partner with us to work in here. And so with that no experience, we teach them how to bake the Nana Dot's way, right? We have all of our recipes written down, and it's very easy to follow. So we always say, if you can follow a recipe, you can work for our company, right? The other thing is I have a lot of individuals who come in who want to have businesses of their own. And so that's what I offer is free mentorship, where if you're interested in starting a business, then I can help come alongside you to help you bring that vision to life.
As a proud GO TEXAN partner, Aldous has reaped the benefits of partnering with the Texas Department of Agriculture.
Oh my goodness. So I first heard about all the benefits of this program, and there's so many more, right? There's something, I'm originally from California, been in Texas for 10 years, and I love it. When I heard about the GO TEXAN program and how it's for the Texas Department of Agriculture, my background is quality assurance and food safety, so it was like a true partnership already. You know, I saw all the benefits.
3 women, 1 story, a grandmother, a daughter, and a granddaughter, and the whole community is invited to the table.
Our recipes are just like grandma used to make, and a lot of either daughters or sons, grandmothers or grandsons or granddaughters didn't get those recipes. So when they eat our desserts, we've had individuals cry when they taste our product because they say, oh my goodness, this is my grandmother's pie and we never got the recipe, or she can no longer bake it. So whenever someone eats one of our cakes or pies, what they say is that they can taste the love. I'm Audris Barnes, and I'm GO TEXAN proud. Hey, coming up, it's a spicy look at a barbecue business on the square. Stay with us.
Texas, our Texas with Sid Miller.
Well, now that we have a nice congregation gathered today, it's time to go to church. The meat church that's in Waxahachie. Now, you might think a place called the Meat Church would serve you up a heavenly plate of brisket. Well, you'd be wrong. There's no smoke, no fire, or meat found anywhere around here. But what you will find is a chapel of seasonings, all created by a man who never had even eaten real barbecue until he moved to Texas. His name, Matt Pittman.
I took a bite, my head snapped back, and I was like, whoa, like I want to do this one day. And I didn't set out to go build a business, but that moment I fell in love with Texas barbecue, so it's kind of worked out for me.
He's called a pitmaster, and it was on the TV program Barbecue Pitmasters where Matt got this fire started.
You know, when I went on the TV show Barbecue Pitmasters, the producer said, you are the most kindred barbecue nerd I've ever met. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, we're on our 6th season of this show, and I've never met anyone that knows more about the craft than you do.
The trick was in seasoning, he says, and his brand is in big demand.
We're, number 1 in Buc-ee's, number 1 in Academy, number 1 in Ace Hardware. So it's pretty big. We say we have developed like a cult following, which is kind of crazy, but it's super fun.
And every product here bears the GO TEXAN logo.
Our product's made right here in Texas. And so I first saw the GO TEXAN logo on products. So, to see what the organization stands for and to be proud of the fact that we're made in Texas. So everybody wants to be Texas barbecue around the world. But to have a GO TEXAN logo on our bottle of our products sold around the world is, it just makes sense. We want to be all things Texas. We want to support all ranchers and makers and artisans and everything involved with the organization, so it was a no-brainer.
Matt still enjoys cooking, but he's very selective on who he feeds. That's why he's called the barbecue chef to the stars.
There have definitely been people that say that. I don't know how to classify what I do, but I tell people there's 2 sides of Meat Church. There's these seasonings we make, and then there's Matt Pittman, who pretty much only cooks for celebrities. And so I don't like to use the word celebrity chef necessarily, but we have definitely cooked for our fair amount of notable people.
Matt Pittman's Meat Church is not merely a store. It's a belief that flavor can tell a story and that holiness can be found in the ordinary.
Meat Church is about making great memories around good food. So we are all about just encouraging you to get outside and to cook. You certainly can use our stuff inside if you want, but I think that all things taste better when cooked outside. It's more fun. And I tell people, go cook your breakfast outside. You will have a better day. Like, go this Saturday, cook with your kids, and it's like going to church on Sunday. You just feel better. I'm Matt Pittman of Meat Church, and I'm Go Texan proud.
Well, coming up, we're going to take you to a blacksmith shop where some of the finest cookware is being made with heat and hammers. Hey, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
You got to work, so you might as well do something you love. If you love what you do, you're really not working.
The work is hot and it's physical, but Randy Kaiser finds his greatest joy in the rhythmic clang of hammer on steel. Here, Randy Kaiser is not just a blacksmith. He's a keeper of the flame, an architect of permanence in a world that moves too fast and forgets too easily. But Randy has the mind and the talent to create art from his fiery forge.
Everything goes in stages, so then there's the beginning of it. You rough something out, and you kind of get the idea a little formed, but there's the constant refinement, and so when you get to that point where you have a product, you have something that's refined, very nice, and people like it, there's this satisfaction.
This all started when Randy designed and produced ornamental iron for some of the most fashionable homes in Texas. But when the work became less satisfying, he took a practical turn away from iron and towards steel. And his handmade steel cookware is a sight to behold.
And it's such a practical application that it broadened our scope that I didn't know anybody that was making them. So that was even better. Whenever you go into doing something that you know other people are making the same thing, it's kind of a crowded market. And this market seemed to be a little bit more open for that pure reason. And I detailed myself to death.
Word got out. Orders for his cookware grew. That's when he brought in son James to help out. After all, he grew up watching his dad work, but had since moved on to other things. But now he's back. And together, these two, with the help of a few modern mechanized tools, pound out cookware that ships all over the world.
And that's kind of where it comes off full circle. I was able to start hammering again. I had to kind of knock the rust off a little bit. I was a little rusty, swinging a hammer. All the muscles had kind of gone away. And so it's been nice. It's been nice to be back in the shop doing what I grew up doing.
I never imagined my son coming back in the shop, after so many years of being gone. And he said he wanted to come back and be part of it.
The pans are finished with the utmost precision. You see, Randy's a bit of a perfectionist, and with perfection comes longevity. This duo is proud of their work, and it will be around long after they're gone.
Every single pan is completely handmade from scratch materials. We start with bar stock and sheet metal and plate and turn it into a really nice skillet. I enjoy the detail. I really enjoy the detail and take a lot of pride in, and this comes directly from my father. He's a perfectionist to a detriment. And subsequently, I have also been raised to be a perfectionist to a detriment. So every single pan that we make, everything that we do, but now it's pans, every single pan we make is, you can't leave the shop unless it's just right.
Randy and James will tell you straight out, they're not artists. We beg to differ, but ask them and they'll shake their head and say they're just craftsmen. Men who work with their hands, not their egos.
There are some people that are artists. They call themselves because they know it. But that's a name that other people label. That's another label that someone else uses, not yourself.
Besides his hard work and talent, another thing Randy says has contributed to his success is his partnership with the Texas Department of Agriculture, and that's the GO TEXAN program.
It's the hardest thing for small businesses is promotion. And so we had a partner with them that helped promote our business as a Texas business, and somebody with a name that had the integrity and the backing of the state of Texas that has really meant a lot to us.
Randy may not call himself an artist, but he'll tell you where the spark comes from. Ask him about the skill in his hands or the eye it takes to shape steel, and he'll point upward, not inward. He doesn't need to call it art. For him, it's a purpose, and that's more than enough.
The good Lord gives everybody gifts, and your nature is your nature. You cannot fight against it, and so the most joyous things that you do are within those God-given gifts that whenever you operate those things, that's where you find your greatest joys and pleasures. I'm Randy Kaiser, and I'm GO TEXAN proud.
Well, that's all the time we have, folks. Thanks for joining us. I'm your Texas Agriculture Commissioner, Sid Miller, reminding you that agriculture matters. And hey, here's today's cowboy logic. Vegetarians don't like meat. So why do they try so hard to make vegetables taste like meat? Hey, y'all have a great week. We'll see you next time. God bless.